Greenland's true area measures 836,330 square miles. That makes it smaller than the Democratic Republic of Congo, which spans 905,355 square miles. When you see these landmasses displayed using accurate equal-area projections, Greenland shrinks dramatically while Congo maintains its actual size. Side-by-side comparisons using modern mapping software reveal the shocking difference. What appears as a continent-sized landmass on classroom maps is actually just the world's largest island. These projection distortions extend beyond individual countries to affect how we understand entire continents themselves. Australia's continental status. Ask anyone to name the smallest continent, and they'll confidently say Australia. This seems obvious when you look at traditional maps showing Australia as a lonely landmass surrounded by ocean. But what actually defines a continent in the first place? The answer isn't as simple as measuring land area. Continental definitions involve complex geological structures, tectonic plates, and continental shelves that extend far beyond visible shorelines. The traditional seven-continent model taught in schools is largely a cultural construct, not a scientific classification based purely on geological criteria. Here's the shocking truth from 2025 landmass measurements. Europe is actually smaller than Australia. Europe measures approximately 10.18 million square kilometers, while Australia spans 7.69 million square kilometers. The confusion comes from how we define continental boundaries, which often follow cultural and political lines rather than geological ones. But the real eye-opener involves Australia Oceania as a complete continental system. This broader definition includes New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, and thousands of Pacific islands scattered across millions of square kilometers of ocean. The continental shelf connecting these landmasses creates a massive geological unit that dwarfs most other continents. When geologists examine tectonic plates and continental crust, Australia Oceania becomes a giant that simply appears small on surface maps. Our misconceptions about size don't stop with continents. Sometimes the most famous examples of entire geographical categories aren't what they seem. The world's largest desert. The Sahara Desert holds the crown as the world's most famous desert. When people picture endless sand dunes and scorching heat, they're imagining the Sahara's 3.6 million square miles stretching across North Africa. This massive expanse has shaped our understanding of what deserts look like for generations. But what actually makes a desert a desert? Most people assume it's about temperature and sand, but the scientific definition focuses on something completely different: precipitation levels. A desert is any region that receives less than 10 inches of rainfall per year. Temperature doesn't matter at all. This definition completely changes the desert rankings. Antarctica claims the title as Earth's largest desert at 5.4 million square miles. The entire continent receives almost no precipitation, making it technically more desert-like than the Sahara. The 2025 climate data shows Antarctica averages just 0.4 inches of precipitation over a 30-year period. That's less moisture than the driest parts of the Sahara receive. The continent's extreme dryness comes from its incredibly cold air, which can't hold much water vapor. Our mental image of hot, sandy wastelands as the ultimate desert environment completely misses the bigger picture of what deserts actually are. These misconceptions about scale and classification extend to other massive geographical features that span incredible distances. Russia's time zone count. Russia's massive territory spans 11 time zones, making it the country with the most time zones in the world. This impressive number gets repeated in geography textbooks and trivia contests around the globe. But here's what most people don't know. This number has actually changed multiple times over the past few decades. The Russian government has been tweaking its time zone system like a giant clock puzzle. In 2010, they reduced the zones from 11 to 9. Then in 2014, they expanded back to 11 zones where it stands today in 2025. These weren't random changes. Each adjustment aimed to solve real administrative headaches. The current 2025 time zone configuration creates a system where when it's noon in Moscow, it's already 10 p.m. in Vladivostok. This massive time spread creates serious coordination problems for the federal government. Scheduling meetings between regional officials becomes a logistical nightmare. Transportation systems struggle to maintain unified schedules across regions that are literally half a day apart. The economic impact hits businesses especially hard. Companies operating across multiple Russian regions must navigate communication windows that shrink dramatically due to time differences. Russia has essentially been running a real-time experiment in time zone efficiency. These geographical challenges of managing vast territories create interesting questions about how we represent distant places on maps.